General Motors providing new guidance for 2025. Phil LeBeau joins us with a very, very, very special guest this morning.
Thank you, Andrew. We've been waiting to hear from Mary Barra, and she joins us now from GM's headquarters.
GM CEO Mary Barra just made a stunning move. 3 bold new models are coming in 2026, and they're unlike anything we've seen from GM before. A high-performance street truck, a surprisingly affordable compact pickup, and a 1,200 horsepower hybrid Corvette built to rival hypercars. Why is GM suddenly rewriting the rulebook? What's really driving this bold shift? And could this be the moment GM pulls ahead and leaves its rivals in the dust for good? You can't talk about GM's 2026 bombshell lineup without understanding why it's happening. And that all starts with CEO Mary Barra's bold vision for the future. For years now, Barra's been repeating one powerful goal: 0 crashes, 0 emissions, 0 congestion. It's a simple idea, but behind it is one of the most ambitious transformations any car company has ever attempted. This isn't just about flashy headlines or trying to keep up with Tesla. Mary Barra has been steering GM toward a future where electric vehicles, smart tech, and real-world performance all come together. And now, in 2026, we're finally seeing that vision come to life. Not in concept cars or distant promises, but in production-ready machines that hit hard and fast. You've probably heard GM say they plan to stop selling petrol-powered cars by 2035. Sounds crazy, right? But take a look around. GM's already rolled out 9 fully electric models, with 4 more just around the corner. And even with the ERV market cooling off slightly, Barra hasn't blinked. She's made it clear GM isn't backing down. The company is aggressively moving to take the lead in EV innovation, and it's working. Barra's approach is about more than just electrification. It's about giving people real choices. From high-performance hybrids to budget-friendly compact trucks, GM is making sure their future lineup speaks to every kind of driver, not just EV enthusiasts or luxury buyers. And while others might play it safe, GM under Mary Barra is swinging for the fences. But here's the twist. This isn't some boring all-electric future with bland design and sluggish acceleration. Far from it. GM's pushing electrification in a way that's thrilling, practical, and shockingly bold. From the hybrid Corvette Zora to the reimagined El Camino and the street-ready GMC Cyclone, Barra's message is clear. You don't have to choose between performance and progress. You can have both. And GM isn't just building for headlines. At their 4,000-acre Milford Proving Ground, these vehicles are getting hammered with every kind of real-world test imaginable, from high-speed track runs to city handling and off-road punishment. This is real engineering, not marketing hype. Every curve, every sensor, every engine component is being dialed in for actual driving, not just show floor polish. Mary Barra once said, "This is one of the most exciting times in our industry." And after seeing what's coming in 2026, it's hard to argue. This isn't just a shift, it's a whole new chapter in how vehicles are designed, built, and experienced. The industry is changing fast, and GM wants to lead that change, not follow it. And if that vision sounds impressive, wait until you see how GM's bringing it to the streets with one of the wildest performance trucks we've ever seen. Up next, the return of a legend, the GMC Cyclone. When GM CEO Mary Barra said the 2026 lineup would blow our minds, she wasn't joking, because leading the charge is something completely unexpected: the wild comeback of the GMC Cyclone. But don't confuse this with your typical off-road pickup. No, this beast is built for the streets, and it's about to shake up everything we thought a truck could be. The original Cyclone from the early 90s was already legendary, outrunning Ferraris in a straight line and leaving jaws on the floor. It was a rebel, a truck that had no business being that quick, yet it embarrassed exotic cars at traffic lights. And the 2026 version, it takes that rebellious DNA and injects it with modern muscle, cutting-edge engineering, and pure attitude. Forget lifted suspensions and chunky tires. This Cyclone sits low and wide, hugging the ground with a stance that screams performance. It's like a sports car in pickup clothing. GM engineers have ditched the usual truck stuff like heavy-duty towing and off-roading. Instead, they've tuned it for speed, cornering, and high-performance driving. This is not your weekend workhorse. This is a track-capable monster disguised as a pickup. Under the hood, things get even crazier. While GM hasn't officially confirmed the exact engine, inside sources are buzzing about several power-packed options. One being a beefed-up 2.7-liter turbo 4-cylinder 4-cylinder pushing over 400 horsepower. There's even talk of Cadillac's twin-turbo V6 making an appearance, or maybe even a full-blown V8. If any of these make it to production, we're looking at 0 to 60 times in the mid 3-second range. That's not quick for a truck, that's supercar territory. It's the kind of acceleration that throws you back in your seat and keeps pulling. And it's not just about straight line speed. This truck's been built from the ground up to handle like a champ, with redesigned suspension geometry, a limited slip differential, and active aerodynamics that adjust on the fly. Front splitters, rear spoilers, and airflow optimized bed covers all work together to keep it glued to the road. It's smart, it's sharp, and it's surprisingly nimble. Design-wise, it's bold, aggressive, and unmistakably performance-focused. It's basically a Corvette with a cargo bed. But make no mistake, this thing isn't meant to haul furniture. It's built to turn heads, drop jaws, and dominate the tarmac. And with a cabin that leans into driver-focused tech and track-ready comfort, every detail screams adrenaline. Starting at around $55,000 and possibly climbing to $70,000 for higher trims, the 2026 GMC Cyclone isn't just a truck, it's a full-on statement. Mary Barra and GM aren't just bringing back a nameplate, they're rewriting the rules for what a performance truck can be. This isn't about nostalgia, it's about redefining what modern performance looks and feels like in a new era. And if you thought this was wild, wait until you see how GM is flipping the script with a pickup that's not just fast or fancy, but shockingly affordable. Up next, the return of a true icon, the Chevrolet El Camino. When Mary Barra, CEO of General Motors, said GM was about to change the game in 2026, she wasn't just talking about speed or high-end engineering. She was talking about access, value, and breaking down barriers. And nowhere is that more obvious than in the shock return of a nameplate that no one expected, the Chevrolet El Camino. But don't get it twisted. This isn't a retro throwback with muscle car vibes. The 2026 El Camino is a whole new breed. GM isn't trying to play the nostalgia card here. Instead, they're rewriting what it means to own a pickup in today's world. And it starts at just $18,000. That's not a typo. It's the most affordable pickup America has seen in years. And it might just start a pricing war in the compact truck space. Why is it so cheap? Because Chevy is laser focused on real-world buyers, the folks who want the utility of a truck without the massive size, complicated trims, or premium price tags. Small business owners, delivery drivers, young first-time buyers, students on a budget. This is the kind of vehicle that puts practicality first and still looks sharp doing it. Mary Barra and her team made one thing clear. This truck isn't for collectors, it's for doers. Built to compete directly with the Ford Maverick and Hyundai Santa Cruz, the new El Camino plans to undercut both, not just in price, but in everyday usability. While its competitors have leaned heavily into lifestyle marketing and crossover vibes, GM is going a different route. Simple, tough, and to the point. This isn't about bells and whistles. It's about giving buyers what they actually need. We're talking 3 body styles, a single cab with an 8-foot bed for the serious haulers, an extended cab for those who want a little more room without going full size, and a double cab for families or crews who need to bring everyone along for the ride. It's flexible, simple, and actually makes sense. No forced upgrades, no bloated options, just honest utility. And even though it's affordable, it's not stripped down junk. You'll still get standard tech like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a user-friendly infotainment system. The interior is practical and hard-wearing, with smart storage and materials that are easy to clean and built to last. It's the kind of cabin you won't be afraid to get dirty, but won't mind sitting in every day either. Under the hood, expect a fuel-efficient 3-cylinder engine that pulls over 30 miles per gallon on the highway. It won't win any drag races, but it will save you serious cash at the pump. And for those who want a bit more zip, Chevy is planning optional turbocharged power plants and possibly even a mild hybrid setup down the line. Again, the focus is on giving buyers choice without inflating the price. Now let's talk about why this really matters. Pickup trucks have been getting bigger, more expensive, and less practical for years. GM is saying enough is enough. By bringing back the El Camino in this way, they're offering something that's been missing in the American market for a long time. A compact, affordable, no-nonsense utility vehicle that actually feels accessible. And the styling, it leans more workhorse than show pony. The design is inspired by the toughness of the Colorado and Silverado, but scaled down for a more city-friendly footprint. It looks sharp, but it's not trying to be flashy. It's the kind of truck you can park on the street, load up with gear, and still feel proud of. Mary Barra isn't just slapping a famous name on a budget ride. She's sending a message. General Motors is ready to rethink how trucks are built, who they're for, and how much they should should cost. And in a time when everything's getting more expensive, this is exactly the kind of move that gets people talking and buying. So yeah, the El Camino is back. And this time, it's not just a cool name, it's a game changer for the everyday driver. A truck you can actually afford. A truck you can actually use. A truck that makes sense. And if you thought that was impressive, wait until you see what happens when GM mixes cutting-edge electrification with brutal V8 power to create a hypercar that's set to redefine everything. Because next up is the Corvette Zora, and it's unlike any Corvette you've ever seen. When Mary Barra, CEO of General Motors, stood behind the bold announcement of 3 jaw-dropping models for 2026, she didn't just highlight power and performance, she made it clear that GM is designing vehicles for real people, doing real jobs, living real lives. One of the most overlooked yet powerful features of this new lineup, the variety of body styles built to fit different lifestyles and work needs. Let's take the 2026 Chevrolet El Camino as the perfect example. Instead of forcing everyone into a bulky crew cab like many automakers do, GM is giving buyers actual choices. Whether you're a solo tradesperson needing extra bed space, a small business owner hauling gear, or a family wanting weekend flexibility, there's a version of this truck for you. You've got the single cab model, fitted with a long 8-foot bed, ideal for hauling equipment, lumber, or anything that just won't fit in the back of a compact SUV. This one's built for work, straightforward, practical, and no wasted space. Then comes the extended cab, a smart middle ground. You get room behind the seats for tools, bags, or groceries, without giving up too much cargo room in the bed. Perfect for the driver who wears many hats during the day. And finally, the double cab, designed for those who need space for people just as much as payload. Whether it's a work crew or your weekend adventure squad, this model balances function and flexibility without turning into a full-size beast. What's refreshing is that the GM isn't trying to lock you into one box. This isn't about chasing trends. It's about offering practical, usable choices for how people actually live and work. It's proof that Mary Barra's vision of a smarter, more flexible GM isn't just talk. It's showing up in the details. So whether you're a builder, a weekend camper, or someone just trying to make smart financial choices, GM's 2026 lineup is making it easier to find a truck that actually fits your life. And if you thought that was a thoughtful design, wait till you see what GM's doing on the extreme performance end of the spectrum. Because next, we're stepping into the world of American hypercars, and the Corvette Zora is leading the charge with over 1,200 horsepower. Let's talk about the real showstopper. When Mary Barra, CEO of General Motors, said that GM's future would be bold, electric, and performance-driven, she wasn't kidding, because nothing screams mind-blowing louder than the 2026 Corvette Zora, a machine that's not just fast, it's on another level entirely. This isn't just another Corvette. The Zora is GM's declaration of war in the hypercar arena. It's an electrified beast built to deliver over 1,200 horsepower. Yeah, you heard that right. 1,200 horsepower in a production car wearing the Corvette badge. Let that sink in. Under the hood, or technically all around it, you'll find a twin turbocharged 5.5-liter V8 paired with not one, but 2 electric motors powering the front wheels. This hybrid setup doesn't just give the Zora jaw-dropping speed, it gives it all-wheel drive grip, insane torque vectoring, and blistering acceleration. We're talking 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. That's Bugatti, Rimac, and Tesla Roadster territory, if the Roadster ever shows up. But the Zora isn't just built to go fast in a straight line. Thanks to the instant power delivery of its hybrid setup and GM's advanced chassis engineering, this car owns the corners too. Whether you're launching down a track or carving through tight curves, the Zora is built to dominate. And yeah, while other hypercars push 7-figure price tags, the Corvette Zora is expected to cost around $200,000. Still a big number, but for this level of power, tech, and performance, it's practically a bargain. Mary Barra isn't chasing trends, she's setting them. With the Zora, GM is doing something few American automakers have dared to do. Build a true supercar that doesn't just compete, it shakes the foundations of what's possible. And the best part? This is just one piece of GM's wild 2026 lineup, because coming up next, we're diving into the technology and engineering behind this game-changing machine, and how it proves GM isn't just dreaming big, they're building big. One of the biggest differences between what GM is doing right now and what so many other automakers are trying. GM isn't just stuffing their new vehicles with flashy features or adding tech just to say they did. According to Mary Barra, General Motors' CEO, every bit of technology that goes into these new models has to earn its place and make the car better in a real, everyday way. Let's take the 2026 Corvette Zora, for example. This hypercar isn't built just to impress with horsepower figures and cool screens. Every detail, from the dual electric motors to the active aero wings, is designed for one thing: performance that you can actually feel when you drive. It's not about throwing in features just to show off. It's about making sure every element serves a clear purpose. And this mindset applies across the entire lineup. Even the more budget-friendly Chevrolet El Camino isn't just a throwback name slapped on a new body. It's built to be genuinely useful. The different cab configurations, smart tech, and fuel-efficient engines are designed with real people in mind. People who need a small truck that doesn't cost a fortune but still gets the job done. Then there's the GMC Cyclone, reimagined for the streets instead of trails. It's not pretending to be a rugged off-roader if that's not what it's made for. It knows exactly what it is: a high-performance street truck, and every inch of it reflects that. Mary Barra made it clear: GM's future isn't just about looking futuristic, it's about function and purpose. Whether it's a $200,000 hypercar or an $18,000 compact truck, the tech inside needs to mean something to the driver, not just check a box. And speaking of meaning something, next we'll take a closer look at how GM is giving real drivers real choices across the board. Because 2026 isn't just about power and design, it's about accessibility. And GM's got a strategy that might just flip the industry on its head. While the headlines are all about what GM's launching, there's something even more exciting happening behind the scenes. Deep in Michigan, tucked inside GM's century-old Milford Proving Ground, innovation is going full throttle, literally. And it's all happening under the leadership of GM CEO Mary Barra, who's pushing the company to lead with bold ideas and relentless testing. This isn't your average test track. Milford is 4,000 acres of engineering madness, with over 140 miles of winding roads, rough terrain, simulated city streets, and even an honest-to-goodness racetrack. And right now, it's where GM's 2026 lineup is being put through its paces. Every system, every piece of hardware, every software update, all pushed to the limit. Take the upcoming Corvette Zora, for example. It's already screaming around the track with over 1,200 horsepower. Engineers are fine-tuning not just the performance, but the sound of it, like tuning a musical instrument. This isn't just a car, it's a symphony of speed, and they're testing everything from the cooling systems for track heat to the way the suspension reacts to intense cornering forces. It's not just about the supercars either. Even the more practical models, like the El Camino, are undergoing real-world durability tests. Whether it's hauling gear or dealing with rough roads, GM wants these new vehicles to last, to hold up, and to deliver on the promise Mary Barra has made, that GM's future is built on real capability, not empty hype. This constant loop of testing, tweaking, and perfecting is what separates GM's 2026 models from the rest of the pack. The attention to detail isn't just for bragging rights. It's so when these vehicles hit the road, they're ready for whatever drivers throw at them. And what's next? Well, the GM's not done yet. In the final chapter, we'll look at how all of these innovations come together to prove one thing: GM isn't following trends, it's setting them. So what does it all mean? Simple. 2026 isn't just another year for GM, it's a full-blown revolution. Under the bold leadership of GM CEO Mary Barra, the company isn't playing it safe. They're rewriting the rules, tearing down the limits of what American vehicles can be, and building a lineup that's as diverse as it is daring. Think about it. We've got the GMC Cyclone, a no-compromise street beast that flips the idea of what a pickup truck should be. Then there's the Chevrolet El Camino, back from the ashes and rebuilt for real-world affordable utility, not nostalgia. And at the top of the performance food chain, the Corvette Zora, a 1,200 horsepower electrified hypercar that's gunning for European legends and winning on its own terms. But it's not just about flashy stats or showy tech. This is about purpose-driven design, real-world innovation, and relentless testing behind the scenes. It's about making vehicles that actually matter for speed lovers, work crews, families, and even the next generation of EV drivers. Mary Barra's announcement wasn't just a reveal, it was a challenge to the rest of the industry. Keep up or get left behind. If you thought GM was done innovating, think again. With more electric models in the pipeline, more segments being disrupted, and a company-wide vision to eliminate crashes, emissions, and congestion, 2026 is just the beginning.